Morning, guys. Mark Farashi. Thought I'd chime in another day of my Yack Session in regards to what we got going on with the freedom of speech and everything that's going on with our pro-democracy side versus their side in regards to our culture and everything that's happening in our country right now. And I think there's a lot of us that have the like-minded. And so there's been protests everywhere, millions of people. That doesn't seem like it's affecting them too much, because they kind of control their own side of the media and this and that. But what does affect them is our pocketbook. And you can see that from what we've done with when we started protesting and boycotting Disney and all that, and everybody started canceling their subscriptions and everything. Disney is now being affected by it. So it shows you that the root of everything is money, right? Even the dark money up on Capitol Hill that's caused all these problems is nothing but greed and money. Right? But I want to talk a little bit about that's important. We're going to keep after that one. But more importantly is what's going on with the Epstein files and Trump and the whole 9 yards. And to be frank and honest in that regards. Everybody wants to pussyfoot around and not really call a spade a spade. Okay? And it's important that we go after it. And I apologize if that's kind of derogatory. But reality and truth, it is reality and truth. Truth and facts matter, right? When you really step back from it and you get frank and honest and you state it how it really is, and cut all the bullshit and diplomacy and trying to be nice and trying to be kind, all that good. Well, we want to be kind because that's what our side stands for, right? The cruelty bubble that busted open from their side to be cruel and inhumane and all that stuff, that's their side. That's not us, right? And we need to live to our values and make sure that we kind of chase these snakes back underneath their rocks. Because believe me, that's exactly what happened. He gave them permission to do what they're doing, and that fascism just took root, and we need to stand up, period, right? And do it the best way we can with what resources we have available to us. But the bottom line is when the corporate entities all over our country bow and kiss the ring and bend the knee to the fascist king, as I will call him, and do that, then that's only breeds and creates even more, because then they're empowered and emboldened by it, and they think they can get away with more. And that's exactly what's been happening. It's a slippery slope, and it's like a snowball going downhill. You better stop it before it gets going really heavy, right? So that's where we're at right now. We've got some momentum going back against them, and right now the corporate world is starting to see it through the media that they don't want to mess with the populace, because the populace, again, I've said it many, many times, we hold the power. The power is in the people, period. When it comes down to it, no matter what happens, believe me, the power is with the people. And in this case, it's our pocketbook. We've all canceled our subscriptions, and we're all telling them in a nutshell, you better back off. And it's not a matter of just Kimmel getting his job back. It's a matter of corporate entities stopping having such a weak spine, as some of the people have called it, right? And bending to the knee and giving in to those folks. The lawyers are done. They've attacked our institutions, the colleges, all of it. Right? And a couple of them have stood up, but there was a lot of them that paid him out and bent the knee. And what did that get you? It got him more emboldened, and they'd keep taking more and more of our freedoms and changing our culture to a fascist state. And that's not going to stand as far as I'm concerned, and I hope a lot of people feel the same way. I want my country back. I want to go back to the way our country was built and the way it was designed from day one. That's what made our country so great. America was established from our founding fathers with a constitution and morals and ethics and all the stuff that we stand for as America. And that's been shit on, excuse my language, okay? So let's get frank and honest in regards to the Epstein files and what was going on, right? Epstein was a very rich man, and everybody wonders how he got his money. He got his money because he created a service for all the nasty boys up on Capitol Hill. Democrats or Republicans, right? And men being men were going out there and playing and being bigwigs, and he built an island for them and everything so he could fly them over there and they could get away with what they were doing offshore. Just like a lot of corporate companies have went offshore and went to Australia to escape our taxes, escape our system, and getting away with all this hanky-panky that they do, right? And in this regards, it was real hanky-panky. And all those kids that were taken advantage of, and they are the victims, right? And their rights should matter to you more than anybody else's, right? So bottom line is, it's pretty obvious what's happened. SCOTUS, our Supreme Court, those were men too, right? Why do you think they flipped and they're no longer doing what they were from day one? The judicial system in our government, the Supreme Court was the highest in the land as far as the judicial court. They always stood for the values of the Constitution. That was their job. They knew that. to decipher and to say what the Constitution was all about and make rulings in that regards. But the strictness of what their job was to adhere to the Constitution. They've thrown that out the window, and you can see it from their behavior, giving him immunity, all the stuff that they've done. It's flipped. He's got the Supreme Court in his back pocket. How do you think that's the case? Because of Epstein, right? You don't think that Thomas or one of those people who are over there playing with those kids and playing smoking the cigars and thinking they're big man and everything and they were a part of it. Their names are on that friggin' list, okay? And if you can't see it, you're crazy, right? Anybody with a half a brain can see exactly what happened. They're up there paying the king pedophile and messing with these little kids and doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and they know that they could get caught. So they're trying to make sure that Trump has all the power because Trump was a good friend of Epstein. And there's the threat, right? There's the ominous big old black cloud over the top of them. That if Trump doesn't like them, boom, Trump points the finger at them, they're up shit creek without a paddle, right? Frank and honest. Okay? It's exactly why they flipped in. They're not taking care of their job in regards to being what they used to be. The values of the Supreme Court were to be an institution that